Hello and welcome to the first module in the Literary Analysis Sharpen Your Skills course. This module is all about context. Examining a text's context can help us to understand more deeply why an author has written a work, who they've written it for, and what are the messages or big ideas that they hoped to share with their intended audience. When it comes to values, understanding an author's context can tell us about what they think is most important in life and what they approve of or disapprove of about their surrounding society or culture. We can get a closer glimpse into what they stand for by examining different aspects of their contextual world. The first step in the literary analysis process is to consider influential elements of the author's context. Context refers to features of the author's personal, social, historical, literary, philosophical, political, and cultural background that played a role in shaping their writing. Having a strong understanding of a writer's context will provide you with an insight into their values, beliefs, their lifestyle, and their purpose, which will influence their compositional choices. Considering the social, cultural, political, historical, or personal context of the author can give you a strong insight into the meaning of a text, as well as their attitudes and purpose. Authors are influenced by their personal experiences and their surrounding social and cultural values. Often their texts are a reflection of whether or not they agree with the dominant values and beliefs of their society, or not. What role do the author's family life, personal relationships, their historical era, social status, gender, religious beliefs, their nationality, or political views play in shaping the messages their texts offer? These are all important factors to consider when analysing a literary work and determining its meaning and purpose. All of the different forms of context will not be relevant to all authors. While the work of some authors seems very far removed from their personal experiences and relationships, others are dramatically influenced by the nuances of their daily lives. As such, personal context will be more relevant to certain texts and irrelevant to others. However, we can still gain valuable insight into a writer's mindset by considering who they were on a personal level and which experiences shaped their distinctive personalities. For some authors, their cultural context most significantly defines their work, while for others, politics is everything, and so their political context drives the content and purpose of their work. Once you have a strong understanding of each of the different forms of context, it will become a lot easier to determine which aspects of an author's context have the most influence over their work. So what is it? What is context? Oxford Languages defines context as the circumstances that form the setting for an event, statement, or idea, and in terms of which it can be fully understood and assessed. The word circumstances here covers a lot of different aspects. As I just mentioned, an author's context can be made up of a number of different factors that each influence their ideas and how they choose to express those ideas. In a nutshell, it's all the elements of an author's life that make up their background and make them who they are. None of us are born in a vacuum. We are the product of our environment. We are born into a particular society with a certain set of norms and values. There are specific and often rather different social expectations in every society we live in. Our cultural beliefs, values, and traditions, even our lifestyle, these are all the product of when and where we live in the world. Our place in history and our geography can play a large role in how we see the world and how we see ourselves. What is important for people from one era is often replaced by a new set of pressing concerns or paradigms in the next era. Our time and place can also shape our philosophies, the systems or frameworks of knowledge that can shape our thinking. Our context can influence which philosophies we are exposed to, which we are more likely to take on board, and which we are more likely to reject, based on the dominant philosophies that govern our society.